I'm Colina Bruce. I'm the owner of Norlux Candle Company, now Norlux Candle Bar. So we grew up around, my mom being a business owner. She owned Sophisticate's hair salon in the Central District for many years.
I stood out a lot because I was an African American business owner.
So I grew up kind of being there. I felt like, I was contributing to something really cool. When I was in high school, I applied for the Achievers program. They recommended that we apply to 3 different schools. My safety school was Eastern, my goal school was Wazoo, and my reach school was Seattle U. Initially, getting in, there was like that feeling of like, yeah, I did it. I'm here. This is what's supposed to be for me. Being a Costco scholar was tremendous, and I had support from the scholarship. They would advise us and check in with us regularly, make sure we were on the right path. I was studying communications, journalism, and specializing in public relations.
Sometimes students come and they're on one path and they'll start having experiences, and it starts changing their ideas of what they want to do.
I just kind of kept getting drawn to these opportunities to work in the community and to work alongside people, and specifically to work with young people. After I graduated from Seattle U, I went to Big Brothers Big Sisters. I went to Bike Works. And so the more I started, realizing this pattern of like, the last few jobs that I have had have been in the nonprofit sector. This might actually be my path. And if it is going to be my path, I need to have, some additional skills that maybe could lead me into leadership positions. While I was at Bike Works, I remember having a conversation with one of my friends.
We started talking about the work she was doing. So I kind of asked her a question. I said, hey, are you really in love with this job? Her whole history, her work history is about community engagement, empowering people.
So I ended up leaving Bike Works, going to the College Success Foundation, and then actually getting accepted into the nonprofit leadership program. And because I was a Costco scholar, I was able to apply for the inaugural Jim Senegal Graduate Fellowship, which I received.
And there was a great opportunity that came up with Seattle University and in the community engagement office, and she went for it and she got it, boom.
Colina worked on our team at the Sunborg Center. During her time at Seattle U, she was asked to be the advisor to the Black Student Union. And I think for her, that was sort of a full circle moment where she had been a student and been active in our Black Student Union, and now she's advising, particularly during the critical times of the past 3 or 4 years when racial consciousness and the movement for racial justice, where there's much more awareness. And then after a couple of years, she was promoted into a role of leading our school partnerships. And she was leading that effort until she started developing her idea for her business, which is just, in some ways, it's sort of following an arc of wanting to sort of stay connected and be a connection point for her community.
I started making candles at home in my kitchen. My first launch, we sold over 100 candles, and then just kind of went from there. I was like, wow, this is actually people like candles. They like my candles. It's way more than a candle store or a candle bar. We wanted it to be a gathering space. We wanted it to be a venue. In our retail shop, everything that we have is either crafted or curated by a small Black business. That's what it's all about for me, is creating this opportunity for folks to have a safe and beautiful space to gather and just celebrate those life moments. Now that my daughter is 13 and my son is going to be 4 this month, and they come in here and they're sweeping the floors like I used to do. My daughter's teaching classes and things like that. When she talks about the candle shop, it's not like my mom owns a candle shop. We have a candle bar. She feels like she's a part of it.
That's very important for Colina, for her children to be a part of that. Even the little one, he's learning to make candles. Having the candle business has allowed her to, venture out and bring in every aspect of who she is through her education, through her family.
But I'm just thinking about the generations of business owners, from my mom having her shop to me, to my daughter, and legacy that we're creating, like I hope it's a lasting one, and I hope that it's one that folks look back on and they see this space as a fixture in the community that brought value. We're gonna outgrow this space, and we're gonna have an even bigger space, and people are gonna be able to come in and teach classes to people or have meetings. I can see, our candles being in the airports. I can see our candles being on the shelves at Costco. That's what I see for Norlux, if I'm thinking boundlessly.